The forest didn't have a name, not officially. Maps called it Blackthorn Wood, but to the folks in Eden's Hollow, it was the devil's playground. You didn't go there after dark, not if you had any sense. The ones who did, kids daring each other on Halloween, drifters with nowhere else to sleep, or ghost hunters with their blinking gadgets, came back changed, if they came back at all. The forest had a way of swallowing things, people, secrets, time itself, and it never spit them out whole. Long before Eden's Hollow was a dot on a map, the land belonged to the Ojibwe. They called the forest Ga-wa-tagamog, the place of shadows. They didn't hunt there, didn't gather there. The elders spoke of spirits that walked between the pines, not the kind you prayed to, but the kind you fled from. They said the ground was sour, cursed by something older than the tribe, older than the earth itself. When the settlers came in the 1800s, they laughed off the warnings. Built cabins, cut trees, tried to tame the land. Most of those cabins are gone now, swallowed by moss and time, but the stories linger. The first written account came from a trapper named Elias Cobb in 1823. He'd gone into Blackthorn Wood chasing a wounded buck. 3 days later, he stumbled into town, half-starved, his eyes wild. He said the trees moved when he wasn't looking, closing ranks to trap him. He swore he heard his dead wife's voice calling from the dark, clear as a bell, though she'd been gone 10 years. The townsfolk called it fever talk, but after Cobb hanged himself in his barn, they started whispering about the devil's playground. By the 1900s, the forest had woven itself into Eden's Hollow's soul. Kids grew up on stories of shadow men and phantom lights. The local church preached against it, calling it a place of sin. But even the preacher avoided the old logging road that snaked into its heart. The forest wasn't just a place. It was a presence, heavy and watchful, shaping the town's dreams and fears. Ask anyone in Eden's Hollow, and they'll tell you a story. Like Mary Pritchard, who in 1974 swore she saw a figure in a tattered coat standing at the edge of the forest, its face a blur of shadow. She was 16, sneaking out to meet her boyfriend. The figure didn't move, didn't speak, but she felt its eyes on her, cold as winter rain. She ran home and never went near the woods again. Her boyfriend, Tommy Hale, wasn't so lucky. He vanished that same night. They found his jacket a week later, shredded and draped over a tree branch like a trophy. Then there's the case of the Miller family. In 1992, they went camping in Blackthorn Wood, ignoring the locals' warnings. Just a weekend trip, they said. The rangers found their tent empty, their gear untouched. No tracks, no signs of a struggle. Just gone. The official report said they got lost, died of exposure. But the rangers who searched the forest told a different story at the bar. How their compasses spun like tops. How the air felt thick, like breathing through wet cloth. One claimed he saw a child's shadow dart between the trees, though the Miller's youngest was only 3 and couldn't have outrun them. The stories pile up like dead leaves. Hikers hear whispers in languages they don't understand. Hunters find their traps sprung, bait gone, with no tracks nearby. In 2010, a college kid recorded a video on his phone. A shaky clip of fog curling through the trees, and in it, a shape that looked human, but moved wrong, like a puppet on frayed strings. The video went viral before he deleted it, claiming he couldn't sleep after watching it again. Blackthorn Wood doesn't look evil. Not at first. In daylight, it's almost beautiful. towering pines, sunlight dappling the forest floor, the air sharp with the scent of sap. But there's a stillness that creeps under your skin. No birds sing, no squirrels chatter. The silence is a weight, pressing down until you want to scream just to break it. A drone flight over the forest reveals its strangeness. From above, the trees form patterns, spirals and jagged lines that don't look natural. Old-timers say they're runes, carved by something that walked the earth before man. There's a clearing at the center, too perfect, too round, with a single blackened tree at its heart. Locals call it the Devil's Altar. No one knows how it burned. No fire's ever been reported there. The forest holds relics too. A crumbling stone well, covered in moss, its depths choked with roots. A rusted axe head, half buried, etched with symbols no one can read. An old cemetery, its headstones tilted like broken teeth, names worn away by time. Each landmark feels like a warning, a piece of the forest's story no one can fully decipher. These days, the forest draws a new kind of pilgrim. Paranormal investigators with EMF meters and night vision cameras, chasing fame on YouTube. They come back with stories of cold spots, batteries draining in minutes, voices on their recordings they didn't hear at the time. A team from Chicago in 2023 claimed their thermal camera caught a heat signature, human-shaped, but 7 feet tall, moving too fast to track. The footage is grainy, debated endlessly online, but it's enough to keep the curious coming. Scientists have tried to explain it. Geologists point to magnetic anomalies in the soil, maybe from iron deposits. Psychologists talk about infrasound, low-frequency vibrations that can trigger dread. But none of it accounts for the missing people or the things seen in the dark. The internet has only amplified the legend. Forums on X buzz with blurry photos and breathless accounts, some claiming the forest is a portal, others saying it's cursed by a demon older than Christianity. Eden's Hollow doesn't mind the attention. The diner sells Devil's Playground mugs now. Why does Blackthorn Wood grip us so tightly? Maybe it's the way it defies explanation, the way it makes you feel watched, even when you're alone. It's not just the stories, it's the feeling that they might be true. The forest is a mirror, reflecting our fear of the unknown, our need to believe there's something more than what we can see. People keep going in. Some come out with stories. Some don't come out at all. And the forest waits, patient and eternal. Its shadows stretching a little longer each year. The Devil's Playground doesn't need to hunt. It knows you'll come to it, sooner or later, drawn by the whisper of its name.